Ladies and gentlemen, hard hitters of the world, welcome to this special I Told You So edition of Hard Hitter Hotline, number 11. Listen, I'm going to address the big, huge elephant in the room. But first, just let me get through all this other shit that's going on in boxing. All right. Now, we had a card today, a big one. Okay. Had some pretty damn good fights. Callum Smith was in action. First fight at light heavyweight. Second round knockout. That's probably a notification about the big main event that they had earlier that I will be talking about. I can't wait to talk about the main event on this card. But yeah, beautiful right hand from Callum Smith knocking out Castillo. Beautiful right hand. Good bounce back win after the fucking destruction Canelo had put on him, man. I mean, his arm grew out another arm. You know, like Canelo had fucking destroyed Callum. Okay. But good bounce back win for him. First fight at light heavyweight. Looked good. Had the boy Buddy McGirt in his corner. You know, so it was good to see it, man. Now, it was a little fuckery on the card. Campbell Hatton, little Campbell Hatton, the son of a legend, Ricky Hatton. Well, let's just say Christmas came early for Campbell Hatton today because Campbell Hatton was getting his ass handed to him by Martinez today. They had a 6-rounder. It was his first 6-rounder, and I didn't have Campbell Hatton winning a round. But he got the decision. Moving on. Big third round knockout for of the WBO cruiserweight champion Lawrence Okoli. I like this boy, man. I like Lawrence Okoli, man. Big third round knockout by him, man. What Lawrence Okoli wants to do now, he wants to unify. You know, he said that he wants Bradis next, and then he wants to move up to the heavyweight. That's his whole mission. He wants to move on up. He wants to unify, move on up to heavyweight. Packs a good hard punch. It'll be interesting to see the damage that he does in the heavyweight division if he could get there. I mean, Bradis is nice. In the cruiserweight division, another champion there. A lot of people don't really keep up with the cruiserweights as much. But Bradis, to me, is probably the best champion, at over there in that division. So I think Lawrence Okoli should probably have another fight or two before challenging him, but it should be a good one whenever they do clash. All right, other news. What's up, cool man? Man runs for president. We kind of saw that happen. We knew that. So I doubt if he goes out. But you know what, though? I don't know. You talk about a man who's been doing something for over 25 fucking years. It's just kind of hard to just let it go. A man, he might come back, but as for now, he'll be dealing with the presidency over there in the Philippines. What's up, Josh? Errol Spence is back. He's back, y'all. That motherfucker put out a pic, and he got that goddamn patch off his eye, y'all. We getting closer. We're getting closer, man. It's damn sure gonna be some time before Errol be able to spar and shit like that. But it's good, man. It's good to see that everything went well. You know what I'm saying? The eye looking good. And we on the road to recovery. Oh my God in heaven, man. Teofimo Lopez and Cambosis. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Josh. I'm doing great, man. Especially when something comes to light that you've only been talking about for years, So no, I'm doing great today. But yeah, Teofimo Lopez and Cambosis, this is becoming a joke now. They have moved the date again. Remember when I told y'all it was on October 4th on a fucking Monday? They have moved the date again from October 4th to October 16th now. What the fuck are they afraid of? Monday Night Football? What's the excuse now? So they moved it from the 4th to the 16th, and I believe the 16th is on a Saturday. They probably moved the motherfucker again. Moving on. You know, I had got on this motherfucker and I had said that Mikey Garcia was a duck. I said, Mikey, I can't believe you, Mikey. You sat up there and you got us all hyped up for Regis Prograde, and then you sit up here and then you're fighting to nobody. But Mikey did an interview and he said, I had to address all of you. Everybody who was claiming that I was ducking Regis, no, that wasn't the case. The reason why I couldn't fight Regis Prograde is because Eddie Hearn didn't have the money. He didn't have the fucking money. He didn't have the money for the budget for the fight. So instead of me waiting, I just said, fuck it. I just take this fucking tomato can and whoop on him to stay active. So then I said, you know what, Mikey? That sounds about right. That sounds about right. But who knows? Maybe Eddie Hearn can save a little more money instead of wasting it on all the pie rolls that he does for his overhyped ass heavyweight. Okay? And all the pie rolls, all the big venues, all that other shit. Maybe he can save some money now. And he can have more money for a budget to make a good fight like that. I haven't quite yet got there. Now, the WBC has ordered a fight between Jojo Diaz and Ryan Garcia. Now, we just talked about these two pump motherfuckers last week. Okay? We had just talked about how Jojo and Ryan was conspiring with each other to duck Devin. All right? Two mandatories. Not going for a title, though. They want to decide to duck and fight each other. So, Mauricio Suleiman, the biggest con, he gets in, and now he said the WBC has ordered the fight now. Ryan, it's your buddy, Mauricio. I come to save your ass again. Bullshit. Moving on. Oh, Oscar De La Hoya. Man, TMZ caught this motherfucker all coked up outside, man. Damn, I'm kind of looking like him. He had his all black on. Had a nice, beautiful Latina with him. That motherfucker was showing out in front of her motherfucking ass, too. That motherfucker said, you know what? Hey, Rob, what's the deal, man? That motherfucker said, you know what, man? I'm feeling good tonight. I done beat COVID. COVID whooped my motherfucking ass, y'all. But I'm back. I'm out. I'm partying. You see, hey, I'm about to go scuba diving in a little bit. And you know what? Before I go, hey, Floyd, I challenge you for, and I'm willing to throw $100 million motherfucking dollars out. I'm willing to throw out $100 million motherfucking dollars. Floyd responded. He said, oh, I'll be glad to take the fight. But you got to give me more. You got to give me more. Probably more like double. More like double. And then we'll have that fight. And then, my God, y'all. My God. If you haven't seen it, take a peek at it. It was so nice that even I had to put up something about this fucking press conference between Caleb Sweethands Plant and Canelo cheating ass Alvarez. That's right. He's elevated. No longer ducking ass Alvarez. Well, let's just say he has two now. He's still a ducker motherfucker. But now he's also cheating ass Alvarez in my book. And Canelo put it all out there. Check out that motherfucking press conference. And you'll be looking at it like you never seen it before on the Ville. Now, may we please address the big elephant in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, hard hitters of the world, how many fucking times have I said that Anthony fucking Flopsua is the weakest link? Why do you think I never covered that motherfucker on here? Ever. He's shitty. And let me tell you something. Let me say this about this fight. That was the best motherfucking Anthony that you will ever see. That was the best Anthony I've ever seen. He had the head movement, moving around, moving with Usyk, trying to follow his angles, landed some good punches. But Usyk was that much better. He did exactly what I said he was going to do. He danced all around his ass like a ballerina and was punching the hell out of him. It was like 3 or 4 Usyks was in the ring. Overhand here, jab there, uppercut here. Anthony was looking confused in a motherfucker. The first 3 rounds, Usyk dominated his ass. The next 3 rounds, Joshua, he kind of started adjusting. I actually gave Anthony the next 3 after that. Oh my God. He had a couple swing rounds in there. But that motherfucking Usyk, bro, when the championship rounds came, a star was born. Usyk went in there, man, and put on a fucking masterclass performance against Anthony. Had him wobbling his ass, flopping around, dancing, doing the jig, fucking him up. Just like I knew he would. Good call on this one, Chuck. I've only been saying it for years. I've only been saying this shit for years. Oh, well, he looked good against Pulev. An old-ass Pulev. An old-ass Pulev. And he was timid as fuck against Andy Ruiz. A damn near fucking 300-pound Andy Ruiz. He was still getting clipped and hurt in that fight. He always been the weakest link. A star is born, and I'm going to say this, man. Y'all know I love Bud Crawford to death. Y'all know I fuck with that motherfucker to death. But the motherfucking number 1 pound for pound boxer on this motherfucking planet is Alexander Usyk. The number 1 fighter on this fucking planet is Alexander Usyk. Dominated the cruiserweight division. Became undisputed. Went into the backyard and beat the hell out of Tony Bellew and retired his ass. Once again, being another road warrior. Coming in, beating my boy Del Boy Chisora. And I'm going to say this. Chisora had that motherfucker more frustrated than Anthony did. Look at that fucking fight he had against Chisora. Chisora, the first 5 rounds, was beating his ass. I always said it. He was the one. Becoming another road warrior, coming back to England. In a hostile territory. One of the biggest venues there. Sold out crowd. Pyros everywhere. AJ this, AJ that. And came in and whooped AJ's ass. And became a ATG. Usyk is going to be an all-time great. God damn it, I said it. 2 tears in the bucket. Fuck it. That celebration was as unanimous as the fight itself. Listen. Don't be full of doom and gloom, no, Anthony. You got a bright future. You can go ahead and still model for Fruit of the Loom, Hanes, going out and show your little faggoty ass. You still got a bright future. But I highly suggest you don't put in that fucking rematch clause because you know that was the best you could give his ass. And he still outclassed your ass. That was the best Anthony that you will ever see. And it still wasn't good enough. So give it up. Well, you can go ahead and fight if you want. But just don't think your ass is one of the top elites, because you ain't. And you never was. You got a hell of a resume, but that's it. A fucking overhyped job. That goddamn Eddie Hearn was sick. That goddamn Eddie was sick again. Looking just like he was after Andy Ruiz had beat his ass. I don't know, you know, it was tough. It was tough with AJ, and the crowd. We have to be behind AJ. We have to be behind our boy. We have to be behind our boy. And he'll get the rematch. I mean, but it's all up to AJ. It's all up to AJ. Sounding concerned and worried like a motherfucker for his darling. Now, like I said, Alexander Usyk was the monkey wrench. Once again, what's next in this heavyweight division? I was right about one thing. Will I be right about another thing I said? Will I be right about Fury and Wilder not happening? Well, they're sticking to the script. They're making it look good. Fury has traveled from the UK. He's here in the States now. Okay. They're making it look good. So when he comes up with the excuse, I mean, come on. I even came to America. I was ready for the fight. Oh, it's coming. I still think this fight doesn't happen. Fury not even training. Looking very, very doughy. Looking very, very doughy. He doesn't look ready. He ain't ready physically, and he damn sure ain't ready mentally. You heard his daddy. His daddy don't want him to fight. And I'm going to say this. If this fight does happen, Fury getting his ass knocked out. If lightning strikes and he grows some balls, y'all, and he gets on in there, you better believe he going in there to get knocked the fuck out. But I don't see it. I don't see it. It's going to be yet another excuse. Which one will it be? I'll be tuned in to see. So I wasn't going to be on this motherfucker too long. You know, they got Ohio State playing in a matter of minutes. But I had to hop on this motherfucker tonight, out of all nights, just to tell you, I told you so. All these motherfuckers was trying to come up with excuses for AJ. AJ got dropped by damn near everybody he fought. Couldn't you see it? This shit ain't hard to figure out. Look at just the eye test. Look at what you see. He looked the weakest out of the three. I mean, people are going to talk about the destruction of the second fight from Fury on Wilder, but we all know the bullshit behind that. He always looked the weakest of the three. But y'all don't listen to me. Chuck, if you were Usyk manager, who would you have him fight next? Let me tell you something. If they want to rematch Usyk, which I don't think AJ, he gonna have to really think long and hard about this one. It's ain't like the Andy Ruiz. He got to think long and hard about this one, because this one will be a career ender for him. This will end his career if he loses the rematch. This will be it for him. But if they want the rematch, let Usyk go on in there and spark his motherfucking ass out again. Let Usyk show that it wasn't a fluke. And let him go on out there and spark his ass. Hell, he might stop him the next time. Hey, he was inches away from doing it 2 or 3 times today. Anthony can't get any better than that. And that's a Chuck P guarantee. But to add on to your question, if Anthony decides to duck and Eddie Hearn comes up with a million excuses for his ass, then let Usyk fight Wilder for the vacant WBC belt. Because like I just told you before, I don't think Wilder will fight Fury, and I will be a huge advocate for that title getting stripped from his ass. I will be right behind Eddie Hearn and Dillian White for that fight. I will be fighting with them motherfuckers soon to get that fucking belt away from his ass for ducking. Okay? Let Usyk fight Wilder for undisputed. And how fitting would that be? Because if I can remember, when Usyk was still in the cruiserweight division, he said, I want to move up to heavyweight. And the first man I want is Deontay Wilder. And this is when Deontay Wilder was still champion, still knocking motherfuckers' heads off. I think this is hell before the fucking Brazil fight. He said, that's the one I really want. So let it be. Wilder, Usyk, undisputed. You have the vacant WBC up on the line, because I don't think the fight's happening. Now, hey, if the fight happens, if lightning strike, like I said, and the fight happens, let them fight the winner. And who would win between Usyk and Fury? Ooh, now that's a hard one to call. That's a hard one to call. Because the thing about Fury is his slickness. His slickness. That could work out huge in his favor. But as far as outboxing Usyk, and he's a hell of a boxer for a heavyweight, that damn Fury. I don't think he can outbox Usyk though. That's a coin flip to me. That declaration was as unanimous as the fight is up. Chuck, if you were Usyk, all right. That is a coin flip to me. Yeah. That's definitely hey. That's a hard one to call. That would be the hardest fucking fight for me to call, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. That goddamn Deontay Wilder, man. I know he's very, very fucking athletic, man. Very athletic, man. He can move, but goddamn. One thing I noticed about Usyk too, that motherfucker got a beard on him, man. Hey, he came out and he showed out against Anthony, but Anthony was landing some big blows on that motherfucker, man. Anthony was landing some big blows, and he took it. He took that shit, man. It was like it was almost fucking making him better. It was almost like it was making him better. Every time Joshua hit him with one, he would come back with 2 or 3 more on his ass. Motherfucker, you can't outdo me. I'm better than you. The will. You hit me with one, I'm coming back with 2 or 3 on your ass. There was no fucking way the judges could sway this one. A unanimous decision in his backyard. Josh, you sent me a message while the crowd looks great. And it was a whole big show for AJ. Usyk didn't give a fuck. He went in that motherfucking backyard and showed his ass. And A Star Is Born. If you're checking this out, archive, follow me on Twitter at ChuckP216 and stay ahead of the game, man. Carl's Corner is out. YouTube apparently didn't give a fuck. They didn't send out the notifications. I'll be talking to their asses at the top of the week. That's on my fucking agenda starting next week. But if you haven't checked it out, check out Carl's Corner, Buster Douglas versus Mike Tyson. Cool, man. I didn't even get a fucking notification that you had left a comment under that damn video. I didn't get that fucking notification until about an hour ago. So YouTube, you got to do better because you're fucking up. Okay, you're fucking up. Whenever the fucking creator ain't getting the fucking notification, you're fucking up. But I'll be dealing with that at the top of next week. I'll be letting you know next Saturday how that went. What else I got? What else we got? Hard Hitter Hotline next week, man. You know, we got these fights. As long as they line up, Canelo Plant, Bud Porter, you know we're going to be doing the pre-fight shows, the after-party shows. You know we got it coming for you. Shakur, Jamel Herring, whatever you see an intro for, that's what the fuck we covering. And we got you. And you know something? I feel good. I feel real good for USEK. I might put together a little celebration video for USEK. I might. You know, but because I didn't cover it, I don't know. But I just might do that. But hey, Chuck P. C-Ville's finest, man. I'm up out of here. But to you haters, call me your highness, man. Hey, that's all I'm saying, y'all. That's all I'm saying. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. He's a hype job. And if I was you, Anthony, I wouldn't take the rematch, boy. I wouldn't do it unless you just done with boxing and just not giving a fuck. Because I got you going in there again, and it ain't going to be what you did to Andy Ruiz the second time. This time it ain't a fluke. Your ass will get watched the fuck up again. So as of right now, everybody, Anthony Joshua, Flopshua, is 9 toes out the door. See you next week.